My name is Isaac, and in just over 1 year, I grew my Instagram account from 0 followers to what it is now, which is 115,000. If you're watching this, you might be where I was before my account blew up. You're making effort, you're posting consistently, but you're not really seeing any tangible results. You might be getting frustrated, you might want to quit. So look, I was experiencing this too, and it can get super frustrating, but everything clicked for me when I started using this one particular concept in my content. Now, one thing I'll say before I explain this concept to you guys is just watch the whole video. It only makes sense if all the elements of it are explained. Don't just watch 5 minutes and be like, okay, I've taken all the value from it. Just watch the whole thing. It's like 10 minutes, all right? I know everyone's brain is fried by dopamine, but just sit down, get a pen and paper, full screen it if you want to see my face, and yeah, just watch the entire thing. I'm telling you, it can change the way you approach content completely. So what's super important to consider is that people these days are consumed by their phone. Social media has everyone in a chokehold. Scrolling. Dopamine. The effect of this is that no one really goes to the movies anymore. No one really watches TV anymore. Okay, you might be watching Netflix a bit, but what you're doing while you're watching Netflix, you're on your phone. The effect of this is that social media has effectively become the new cinema, the new movies, the new TV shows. And that means that concepts that are typically applied in cinema or TV are now applicable to social media. And there's one particular storytelling concept that has had massive success over the years in cinema history, and that is a concept called the hero's journey. This is a common template of a hero who goes on an adventure. Think of Harry Potter, Star Wars, Matrix, Lion King, Lord of the Rings. The hero starts at home and he goes on an adventure, on a mission. He has trials and tribulations along the way. He loses, he wins, he comes back home, he meets a mentor, etc. This is the hero's journey. So how do we apply this concept to our content? Well, we have to treat ourselves as the hero. We are the hero of our content. If we look at our social media, our Instagram, as a movie of our lives, we are the hero. We are the main character. So we need to take our audience on the hero's journey. Many people treat social media as almost like a highlight reel of their life. They just show the best moments. They show them on the boat, in a villa, with some girls, having a nice steak. And that's all very great, you're flexing for yourself, but other people don't care about that. They don't know you. What we need to do is entertain them by telling a story. If you think about those movies that I just mentioned, the hero is not always winning. The hero is not always flexing on the audience. No, the hero is going through an ordeal. Sometimes he's losing, he's learning, he's growing, and that's what we need to do with our content. So how do we do this? Well, we need to take the audience on a journey. Talk about our origin story, for example. Frodo doesn't start at Mordor, he starts at the Shire. We all have our own Shire. Talk about that in your content. Another great way is by sharing the problems that you're facing in your life. For example, you could be a fighter like me. You lost a fight, cool. Share that with your audience. Share how you're feeling, share how you're nervous. You took an L in business, share that. It means that people who are also experiencing these difficulties will relate to you on a deeper level. The heroes in movies aren't always winning, and the reason why audiences love these heroes so much is because they can relate to them on a deeper and emotional level, and that's ultimately what we're doing with our content. We want people to relate to us, to buy into our journey, and to trust us and to follow us. To give you some examples from my own content, I lost a fight and then I made an Instagram reel about saying how I almost quit Muay Thai because dealing with that fight, getting knocked out, was so difficult to me. And that got me maybe 15,000 followers from that one video. Another piece of content that did really well for me was when I talked about how I started off as a lawyer in London. So that's talking about my origin story, and then how I quit my job and I came out to Thailand on this adventure. So in that video, I really hit a lot of the different stages of the hero's journey, and that did amazing for me. Over 2 million views, I think about 15,000 followers from one video. So the return on investment is crazy, crazy, crazy with these sorts of videos. One thing it's important to remember, that you don't have to include the entire hero's journey in every piece of content. What we're trying to do with this is just include an element of the hero's journey when you're doing these sorts of storytelling content. However, what is super, super important to remember is that this storytelling concept only works if you're actually doing something interesting with your life. Frodo doesn't stay in the Shire the entire time. Neo doesn't just take the blue pill and stay in the Matrix, you know? You gotta get out, do some interesting shit. Now, I'm not saying you gotta be like me and you gotta quit your job and move to Thailand and become a Muay Thai fighter. You should, but you don't have to. But just do some interesting stuff, you know? Take some risks, start a business, take a fight, fucking climb Everest, you know? Just do some interesting stuff with your life. Once you start doing some interesting stuff, the content will just flow to you. And if you're watching this and you're already living an interesting life, great. Just share what it's like, apply the hero's journey to your videos. We only get one life, so take some risks, you know, live your life. And the effect of that is people who are not taking risks are the consumers of social media. What we're doing, we're flipping the switch, and we're not going to be a consumer anymore, we're going to be a creator. So by living an interesting life, by doing interesting things, by doing fun things, we're allowing people who are consuming our content to live vicariously through us. And yeah, they'll just fuck with your journey, and they'll relate to you because they'll see that it's not just all success. And yeah, just share what's going on in your journey. And I promise you, if you start applying this concept to your content, your account will grow. Nice one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do help guys one-on-one with their personal brand. You can apply for my mentorship in the link in the description. With that, you also get access to my community, The Ninth Limb, which is a network for online entrepreneurs and fighters. So yeah, check that out as well in the description. Drop a comment if you enjoyed this, if you got some value from this, and I'll see you on the next video.